Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. There is power in your voice. Not just the sounds you make, not just the words you say, but the energy behind your expression. People think communication is just talking, but no, communication is power. It's the ability to move someone, to inspire someone, to shift the atmosphere when you walk into a room. You were born with that ability, but the question is, are you using it? When you communicate like a god, you don't just speak, you command. You don't just express ideas, you create worlds. Every word you utter is an opportunity to influence, to inspire, to leave a mark. I think about it, how many times have you been in a conversation and felt your words fall flat? That happens when you speak without intention. Communication is not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Godlike communication isn't reserved for some elite group of people. It's for anyone who is willing to learn how to harness their voice, their presence, and their energy. You don't have to be perfect to communicate powerfully, but you do have to be authentic. People can feel authenticity. It's not the polished, rehearsed lines that connect with hearts. It's the raw, real, and vulnerable true souls. Stop underestimating your ability to impact others. Every conversation is an opportunity. Every interaction is a chance to lift someone up, to guide them, to pour something meaningful into their lives. But here's the catch: you can't pour from an empty cup. If you want to speak powerfully, you have to fill yourself up with confidence, with wisdom, and with purpose. Do you know why most people struggle to communicate effectively? It's not because they don't have the words. It's because they're afraid of judgment, afraid of rejection, afraid of sounding foolish. But here's the truth: fear will always try to silence your voice. You've got to push through it. When you speak with boldness, fear takes a back seat. Now think about the people who inspire you the most. They didn't become great communicators by luck. They became great because they understood this is not about talking at people, it's about connecting with people. When you communicate like a god, you don't dominate conversation, you elevate it. You lift others up, making them seen, heard, and valued. And here's the secret: you don't need fancy words to make an impact. Sometimes the simple words spoken with passion and conviction can move mountains. Never underestimate the power of a well-placed "thank you, I believe in you," or "you've got this." But the way you say it matters more than the words themselves. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you walked into a room and truly owned it? When was the last time your words left people speechless? If you can't remember, it's time to step up. Stop hiding your voice. Stop doubting your ability. You have everything you need to become the kind of person who speaks and the whole world listens. But let me remind you, this isn't just about you. Communication is a gift, and when you use it to help others, it becomes a blessing. Lift someone's spirit with your words. Speak life into someone who feels defeated. Encourage someone who's on the brink of giving up. Your words have the power to save lives. Now don't get it twisted. Communicating like a god doesn't mean you talk all the time. It means you listen. The greatest communicators aren't the ones who speak the most, they're the understand the most. Listening is how you connect with the hearts of others. So when someone speaks to you, really listen. And for those of you doubting your ability to speak powerfully, let me tell you this: it's not about talent, it's about practice. Start small. Speak up in meetings. Share your ideas with friends. Stand in front of a mirror and practice owning your voice. It might feel awkward at first, but every time you do it, you're building the muscles of a godlike communicator. As a quick reminder, if you're finding value in this message, don't forget to subscribe to Daily Motivation, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Your support helps spread this message far and wide. Your voice isn't just sound, it's an unstoppable force. Think about it for a moment. On the words you speak carry energy, they carry weight, and they have the power to influence. Every time you open your mouth, you have the potential to change someone's life. Whether it's a word of encouragement, a powerful idea, or even a simple truth, your voice can spark movements, ignite action, and build connections. That's the power of communication, and it's something you hold within you. You may not realize it, but your voice can lead others. When you speak with confidence and clarity, you guide people toward a vision, a goal, or even a dream. People are constantly seeking direction, someone to tell them that they can keep going, that they are capable, that their dreams are within reach. By speaking with purpose, you become the icon that leads others out of their confusion and into clarity. Imagine the difference you can make when you decide to lead with your voice instead of hiding behind it. Your words are also the force that can create change. The world around you is shaped by communication. History has been written by people who use their voices to challenge the status quo, to break barriers, and to bring about transformation. Your voice, when used with intention and belief, can bring change to your own life and to the lives of those you touch. But that power is only realized when you understand the weight of what you say and how you say it. And communication is not passive, it's an active tool for creating the world you want to see. Any of us underestimate the impact of our words. We think we need to be famous, or we need a platform, or we need a script. But the truth is, you already have everything you need. Your voice is enough. When you speak with conviction, you speak with power. You can inspire, lead, and create change, not because you have the loudest voice, but because you have the most authentic voice. That's what people connect with. They feel your truth, your passion, and your purpose. They are moved by your words when they resonate with the core of who you are. So think about the next time you speak. Don't just open your mouth and let words fall out. Speak with intention. Speak like you know that what you say has the power to shift hearts and minds. Don't hold back, don't doubt yourself. Your voice is not just sound, it's your tool to influence, your weapon to lead, and your key to creating lasting change. It's time to unlock that potential. When you communicate like a God, you don't just speak, you transform the very world around you. And communication is not just about words, it's about the energy that flows through those words. When you speak, you are transferring energy, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral. People don't just listen to what you say, they feel how you say it. This is why communication can either lift someone up or tear them down. The words may be simple, but the energy behind them is what makes them powerful. When you speak with passion and intention, your words become an unstoppable force that resonates long after you finish speaking. When you communicate like a God, you understand that it's the energy behind the words that leaves a lasting impact. Think of a time when someone spoke to you and you didn't remember the exact words they said, but you remembered how they made you feel. That's because the energy they projected carried the message far beyond their words. You felt their belief, their conviction, their sincerity. The power of communication isn't just in the message, it's in the energy that breathes life into that message. When you speak with authenticity and energy, your words reach deeper than the surface. Imagine stepping into a room without saying a word, you command attention. Why? As your energy speaks before your words do. It's your presence, your vibe, your unspoken communication that makes an impression. When you communicate like a God, your energy becomes magnetic. It pulls people in. And they may not understand exactly why, but they are drawn to the confidence, the strength, and the belief that you carry. And when you open your mouth, that energy amplifies your words, making them unforgettable. And the truth is, you can say the same words as anyone else, and anyone else speak with energy and passion. Your message will fall flat. It's easy to see people speaking to a room, but few actually reach the hearts of their listeners. But the difference is the energy behind their voice. When you speak with purpose, your voice becomes an instrument that vibrates on the frequency of inspiration. It's not just the words that move people, it's the energy that flows through those words, the fire that you inject into them. So, as you continue to develop your ability to communicate like a God, remember this, your words have the potential to move mountains, but only if you invest the energy needed to make them come alive. Speak with passion, speak with purpose, and let your energy shine through every word you utter. Because when you speak with that level of intensity, your words become more than just words, they become unforgettable forces of change. And it's this kind of communication that leaves a mark on the world, a mark that people will remember. Authenticity is magnetic because it cuts through the noise. In a world where so many people are trying to be something they're not, there's an undeniable power in being real. When you communicate from a place of honesty, vulnerability, and truth, people can't help but be drawn to you. Authenticity isn't about being perfect, it's about being you. The more real you are with your audience, the more they will connect with you, not because you have all the answers, but because you are brave enough to speak from the heart. And when you communicate like a God, you know that your true self is your greatest strength. And to think about the most inspiring leaders you've encountered, they weren't flawless, they were real. They made mistakes, they had struggles, but they didn't hide them. Instead, they embraced their imperfections and shared their journey. That's what made them relatable. People are tired of the polished, perfect personas that flood our screens. I long for something deeper, something raw. When you communicate with authenticity, you give others permission to be themselves. You show them that it's okay to be imperfect, to be vulnerable, to be real. And that's what builds trust. When you speak with authenticity, your words carry a depth that is unmatched. The reason people connect with you when you're being true to yourself is because your energy matches your words. There's no disconnect. Authenticity brings clarity, and when people feel that clarity, they feel your message in their bones. It's not about the cleverness of your words or how many accolades you have. It's about the truth behind them, the truth that resonates on a level that doesn't need to be explained, just felt. And when you communicate like a God, you understand that it's your rawness, your genuine spirit that creates the strongest connection. Many people spend their lives trying to fit into a mold, trying to say what they think others want to hear, trying to be someone they're not. But the truth is, that's exhausting. It's unsustainable. People can sense when you're not being real with them. And when they sense that, they pull away. They won't trust you. They won't engage with you, and they won't follow you. But when you show up as yourself, imperfect, real, and raw, that's when the magic happens. That's when your words are powerful because they come from a place of genuine connection. So in every conversation, remember this: authenticity is your most magnetic trait. When you communicate like a God, you allow your true self to shine through your words. There's nothing more powerful than speaking from a place of truth, because when you do, the world listens. Your audience feels that they trust it and they connect with it on a level that no perfection can ever reach. Be real, be raw, and let your authenticity speak louder than anything else. Fear is a silent killer of potential. It creeps in when you least expect it and tries to hold you back. And the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of making a mistake, these are the things that silence your voice, that keep you from stepping into your true power. But here's the truth: fear is only as powerful as you allow it to be. Fear doesn't control you unless you let it. The more you allow it to silence you, the more you let it steal your ability to create, to inspire, to lead. Communicating like a God means learning to rise above fear and speak boldly, regardless of the doubts in your mind. You see, fear thrives in the shadows of uncertainty. It convinces you that your words don't matter, that people won't listen, or that you'll be judged. But these are lies. The moment you push through that fear and speak with confidence, you silence its grip over you. Boldness is the antidote to fear. When you speak boldly, you take back control. Your voice becomes a weapon of strength, and your words hold power. Fear might try to show up, but it's boldness that makes your message heard and felt. The more you challenge the fear, the more it loses its power over you. Stepping out of your comfort zone is where the magic happens. Growth happens when you break through the barriers that fear creates. Every time you speak up, especially when it feels uncomfortable, you expand your potential. You become the version of yourself that you were meant to be, the one who is unafraid to express ideas, dreams, and truths. Communicating like a God isn't about avoiding fear. It's about using that fear as fuel to step up. Speak up and share your voice with the world. And it's about embracing the discomfort and knowing that it's leading you to something greater. Most people never reach their full potential because they allow fear to control them. They hold back because they worry about what others will think, or they fear failure. But what if you chose not to listen to that fear? What if instead of letting it control you, used it as a reminder of how much growth lies just beyond your comfort zone? When you communicate with boldness, you send a message not only to others, but to yourself. You are capable. You are fearless. You are powerful. So remember this: fear doesn't have the final say. You do. The next time fear tries to silence you, remember that boldness is what will set you free. Speak your truth, express your ideas, and share your voice with courage. The world needs to hear what you have to say. And when you rise above fear, your voice becomes an unstoppable force. And as you embrace this boldness, you'll realize that stepping out of your comfort zone isn't just a choice, it's the key to unlocking your true potential. Communication doesn't have to be complicated to be powerful. In fact, some of the most impactful words are the simplest. Too often, people believe that using complex vocabulary or sophisticated language is the key to being heard. But the truth is that sometimes the most profound messages come in the simplest form. A few well-chosen words spoken from the heart have the power to change someone's life. A communication like a God doesn't require grandiose speeches. It requires the courage to speak with clarity, sincerity, and meaning. It's about saying what needs to be said, no matter how simple it may seem. Think about the times in your life when a few simple words made all the difference. Maybe it was when someone said, "I believe in you," or "I'm proud of you." Or perhaps it was when someone simply told you, "I'm here for you." Those words didn't require a complex explanation. They didn't need to be wrapped in layers of technical jargon or intellectual phrasing. What made them powerful was the authenticity behind them, the realness that resonated with your soul. That's the beauty of simple words. When you speak from the heart, even the simplest phrases can have a massive impact. In a world full of noise, it's easy to get lost in the complexity of language. But simplicity cuts through all of that. It's raw, it's real, and it's unforgettable. When you communicate like a God, you understand it's not the length or the intricacy of your words that matter. What matters is the intention behind them. Simple words, when spoken with purpose and belief, create a direct line to the hearts of others. They have the power to heal, uplift, and inspire because they are spoken with sincerity. And when your words are genuine, they don't need to be elaborate to be powerful. Sometimes it's easy to overthink what we need to say. We worry that our words aren't enough or that we need to impress others with our vocabulary. But in reality, the most meaningful communication is the one that comes from the heart. It's the small, everyday words that have the greatest power. Whether it's telling someone you are enough or I believe in your dreams, those simple words can spark confidence, fuel courage, and remind others of their worth. In moments of doubt, all someone might need to hear is a short, sincere sentence to change the course of their day or even their life. I remember, you don't have to complicate your message to make it impactful. When you communicate like a God, you know that the simplest, most heartfelt words can leave an unforgettable impression. Whether you're offering encouragement, love, or support, a few simple words spoken with conviction can move mountains. And the power lies not in the length of your speech or the complexity of your vocabulary, but in the sincerity behind your certainty. So speak simply, speak clearly, and let the impact of your words echo far beyond what you ever imagined. When you walk into a room, you don't just walk in as a person, you walk in with purpose. Your presence holds power before your words even have the chance to leave your mouth. Think about it. When you step into a room, people begin to sense your energy. They feel your confidence, your intention, your belief in yourself. An energy speaks louder than any words you can say. When you communicate like a God, you walk into every space as if you were sent there for a reason, with a mission to make a difference. And your confidence isn't just a reflection of your thoughts, it becomes an undeniable force that others can feel the moment you arrive. Confidence isn't something that's given to you, it's something you build and carry with you. When you own every room you enter, you remind yourself of the strength you possess. It's about holding your head high, standing tall, and walking with purpose, knowing that the space around you is meant to be influenced by your presence. There's a certain magnetism that comes with owning the room. People start paying attention. They start listening. It's not because you're shouting for their attention, but because your self-assurance is undeniable. Your presence communicates that you belong, that you are worthy of being in that space. Every room you walk in is an opportunity to leave an impression. When you enter, it should be with the mindset that you were destined to be there to share something valuable, to want to make an impact. Whether it's a meeting, a social gathering, or even a quiet space, your presence is felt. The way you carry yourself, the way you stand, and the way you hold your energy speaks volumes before you even utter a word. And when you communicate like a God, you don't need to seek approval or validation from others. You already know you're here to make a difference. And that confidence radiates outward. When you own the room, you take control of your environment. You stop allowing your surroundings to dictate how you feel and how you show up. Instead, you walk in with the belief that you have just as much right to be there as anyone else, and more important, that you have something valuable to contribute. Your presence doesn't require permission, it commands respect. When you walk in with the mindset that you are there to make an impact, you leave no room for doubt. People will start to notice your energy, your authority, and your undeniable ability to shape the room with nothing more than your presence. It's not about arrogance, it's about owning who you are and what you bring to the table. When you walk into every room with the conviction that you were sent there to make a difference, your energy speaks for you. Your confidence, your belief in yourself, and your ability to own the space will leave a lasting impression. And the power of your presence will transform the energy of the room before you even say a word. So the next time you enter a space, remember that your presence is your first language. And it can say more than any words ever could. Communication is not a one-way street. It is a two-way exchange. And one of the most powerful tools in communication is the ability to listen. Too often we focus on speaking and getting our message across. But the best communicators understand that listening is just as vital, if not more so. When you listen actively, when you truly hear the words and emotions behind what someone else is saying, you create a powerful connection. Listening makes others feel valued and shows that you care about their thoughts, their feelings, and their perspective. When you communicate like a God, you realize that listening isn't a passive activity. It's an essential part of building rapport and trust. Think about the people in your life who have made the most impact on the place. Chances are they weren't just good at talking, they were incredible listeners. They made you feel heard, understood, and respected. In those moments, you didn't just hear words, you felt a deep connection. When you listen, you are saying without words, I see you, I hear you, and I value what you have to say. This connection is the foundation of strong, meaningful communication. It creates an atmosphere of trust, openness, and mutual respect. The best communicators know that listening isn't just a tool, it's a secret weapon in their ability to influence and inspire. Listening is an art. It requires focus, patience, and the ability to be present. When you listen, you are giving someone the greatest gift you can offer, the gift of attention. In a world full of distractions, truly listening to someone is a rare and powerful act. It allows you to understand the unspoken elements of communication, the emotions, of constant desires, and the motivations behind the words. By listening deeply, you gain insights that you might otherwise miss. You gain the ability to respond in a way that resonates with others, to offer words of encouragement or wisdom that are perfectly aligned with their needs. This level of listening elevates your communication to a divine level. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of conversation, to think about what you're going to say next instead of truly hearing the person in front of you. Well, when you take the time to listen, you give space for the other person to express themselves fully. This openness allows for a deeper understanding, which in turn allows for more impactful communication. When people feel heard, they are more likely to open up, to trust you, and to engage more meaningfully. Your ability to listen not only enhances your own communication, but also empowers others to communicate more freely and authentically. Listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about understanding and connecting with another person's soul. It's about showing empathy, compassion, and respect. When you communicate like a God, you recognize that listening is the key to truly connecting with others. It allows you to understand their needs, their emotions, and their desires on a deeper level. So the next time you enter a conversation, remember that your listening skills are just as important, if not more so, than your ability to speak. Our listening deeply unlocks the secret weapon of communication, connection. And with connection comes trust, understanding, and the power to influence in ways words alone never could. Every interaction you have, no matter how big or small, is an opportunity to make an impact. Too often we treat everyday conversations as mundane, routine exchanges. But the truth is, every word you speak has the potential to change the course of someone's day or even their life. Whether you're speaking with a stranger on the street, a colleague at work, or someone you love deeply, the energy and intention behind your words can leave an indelible mark. When you communicate like a God, you begin to realize that every conversation is an opportunity to connect, uplift, and create positive change. It's easy to overlook the significance of small conversations. We may think that only important meetings or speeches require our full attention and best communication skills. But imagine how much of an impact you could make if you treated every interaction with the same level of care, intention, and respect. When you speak to someone, especially those you encounter every day, you're not just exchanging words, you're nourishing energy, emotions, and ideas that can resonate long after the conversation ends. By treating every interaction as an opportunity to speak powerfully and thoughtfully, you create ripples that can extend far beyond the immediate moment. I'll think about the time someone said something to you that stuck with you. Maybe it was a kind word from a stranger that lifted your spirit, or a piece of advice from a loved one that changed your perspective. These small, seemingly insignificant interactions can have a lasting effect. When you realize that every conversation is an opportunity, you begin to see people differently. You start to understand that everyone you meet has the potential to learn, grow, or be inspired by what you say. When you communicate like a God, you speak with intention, knowing that your words carry weight, and you're conscious of the impact they can have on others. Every conversation is a chance to leave a legacy, even if it's just in the way you make someone feel. Think of the power in a simple compliment, a word of encouragement, or a thoughtful question. These small gestures can brighten someone's day and spark a positive change in their mindset. And it's not just the people you know well that you can impact. Strangers, too, can be transformed by your words. When you treat every interaction as an opportunity, you give yourself the chance to leave a lasting impression on everyone you meet. Whether it's a brief encounter or a deep conversation, your words have the power to change lives. When you start viewing every conversation as a chance to make a difference, your communication takes on a deeper purpose. You begin to recognize that you have the power to uplift, inspire, and motivate those around you. Every word you speak carries energy, and when you speak with intention, your impact is profound. So the next time you're engaging in a conversation, remember that you are not just exchanging information, you are creating an opportunity to leave a positive, lasting impression. Every interaction you have is a chance to influence, inspire, and make the world around you a little bit better. Confidence is not something you are born with, it is something you build. Many people make the mistake of thinking that only a select few have the innate ability to speak with power and influence. But the truth is, confidence in communication is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed with practice. And the more you put yourself out there, the more you push past your fears and insecurities, the more your confidence will grow. The key is to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. Start small, take small steps, and over time you'll begin to see just how much you've improved. When you practice this consistently, you build the confidence needed to speak with authority and impact. At first, speaking up might feel difficult or failty. It's natural to doubt yourself or feel nervous in the presence of others. But every time you step into that discomfort and practice, you strengthen your voice. Think of each conversation, each speech, as a small training session for your confidence. You don't have to be perfect from the start, but you do have to start. The more you practice, the more you expose yourself to the challenge of speaking boldly, the easier it becomes. Confidence doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, it will naturally grow, and your voice will become something that commands attention. One of the most powerful ways to practice building confidence in communication is to speak daily. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect audience. Find opportunities to speak, whether it's in front of a mirror, with a friend, or during a meeting at work. Practice doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be as simple as having a conversation with someone or sharing your thoughts in a group. Every time you speak, you're not only practicing your about to communicate, but you're also reinforcing your belief in your own worth and message. The more you speak, the more you start to see yourself as someone who has something valuable to say, and that belief in your sense is the foundation of powerful communication. It's important to remember that confidence comes from consistent action, not from waiting for external validation. You don't need permission to start practicing, just begin. Whether it's speaking in front of a crowd or simply speaking up more in your daily life, each step you take toward practicing your communication skills adds another layer of confidence. Confidence is built on the foundation of doing, not on the absence of fear. Every time you take action, regardless of how you feel, you're reinforcing the idea that you are capable, strong, and worthy of being heard. As you continue practicing, you'll start to notice a shift in the way you approach communication. And no longer will you shrink back from speaking your truth or shy away from opportunities to express yourself. Instead, you'll step forward fully, embracing your voice and your power. The more you practice, the more you begin to embody the confidence that comes from knowing you are ready and able to communicate like a god. And as you grow in confidence, you'll realize that the world doesn't just need to hear you, they need to hear from you. Your voice, honed through consistent practice, becomes a powerful tool for change, connection, inspiration. Your words hold incredible power, far more than you might realize. Long after you go, Mandela will remember how your words made them feel. Whether it's a kind compliment, a powerful speech, or a thoughtful conversation, the impact of your words can last a lifetime. And they have the ability to inspire, to heal, and to leave a mark on the world that transcends time. Every time you speak, you're not just communicating information, you're shaping the way others will remember you. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? It's not the things you've accumulated or the titles you've earned that people will remember most. It's the way you made them feel when you spoke to them. I think about the people who have influenced your life. It's not always their achievements or their material success that stands out. Often it's the way they communicated with you that made the greatest impact. A few words of encouragement at the right moment, a comforting phrase when you were feeling low, or a powerful message that inspired you to take action, these are the things that stick with you. Your words have the same potential to shape someone's future. Every time you speak with intention, love, and courage, you leave behind a part of yourself that can inspire others for years to come. When you speak, it's important to do so with purpose. Speak with clarity, knowing that your words can either build someone up or tear them down. Speak with love, because when you communicate with love, your message is infused with compassion and understanding. Speak with courage, because it takes bravery to share your truth and stand firm in your beliefs. The combination of love, courage, and purpose in your words is what makes them unforgettable. It's not about how eloquent you are or how complex your vocabulary is, it's about the intention behind your words. When you speak with these qualities, your words resonate deeply with others, leaving a lasting legacy. Your words also shape your own legacy. Every time you speak, you reinforce the person you are becoming. If you speak with kindness, you are cultivating a life filled with love and connection. If you speak with courage, you are building a life where you are unafraid to stand up for what is right. Or if you speak with purpose, you are living a life of meaning and direction. Each conversation you have adds to the story of who you are. And when people remember you, it will be your words that will define how they remember you. Were you someone who spoke with authenticity, someone who made them feel seen and heard? Were you someone whose words sparked change or comforted a weary soul? These are the questions that will echo in the minds of those who encounter your message. As you continue on your journey, remember that your words are more than just fleeting sounds. They are the legacy you leave behind. They are the building blocks of how you'll be remembered. And the energy you put into your speech will shape the stories people tell about you long after you've gone. So speak with love, speak with courage, and speak with purpose, knowing that each time you do, you are shaping not just your present, but the lasting legacy that will carry your influence into the future. Your words have the power to transcend time and space, leave a mark on the hearts and minds of others that will live on the crusade. Past the moment has passed. Communication is not about perfection. Too often we get caught up in the idea that we have to say the right thing at the right time in the right way. When we become obsessed with finding the perfect words, the perfect tone, and the perfect delivery, But the truth is, flawless communication is a myth. The most powerful messages are not the ones that are meticulously crafted, perfectly executed. They are the ones that come from the heart. It's the rawness, the authenticity, and the sincerity behind your words that make them meaningful. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with the real you. In fact, perfection can sometimes create a barrier rather than foster connection. When you focus too much on getting everything exactly right, you risk coming across as inauthentic or distant. People can sense when you're more concerned with how you're being perceived than with how they're feeling. True connection happens when you speak from a place of vulnerability, when you allow your words to flow naturally and from the heart. It's not about impressing others with your ability to speak flawlessly. It's about making them feel seen, heard, and understood. When you communicate with meaning, your words become powerful tools for connection. And they resonate because they carry intention and purpose. Imagine a simple thank you that is spoken with genuine gratitude versus a robotic thank you that lacks emotion. And the difference is profound. The same is true for every word you speak. When you speak with heart, people feel it. And your message becomes a force that transcends the mere arrangement of words. It touches the soul, ignites emotions, and sparks action. Connection happens when your words align with your true intentions and reflect the values you hold dear. The beauty of communication is that it's about the exchange, not the perfection. It's about creating a space where both the speaker and the listener are present, engaged, and open to the message. True connection doesn't happen when you deliver a flawless performance. It happens when you show up as yourself. When you communicate authentically, flaws and all, you invite others to do the same. You create a safe space for vulnerability where people can be honest and real without fear of judgment. It's in this space that deep connections are formed, where relationships are built, and where transformation can occur. So the next time you feel the pressure to speak perfectly, remind yourself that it's not about achieving perfection, it's about communicating with purpose, heart, and meaning. I let go of the need to be flawless and focus on being genuine. When you do, you'll find that your words carry more weight, your connections deepen, and your communication becomes a powerful force for change. As you embrace imperfection, you'll discover that it's not the perfect words that matter, it's the authenticity behind them that creates lasting impact. Your voice is not just a sound, it's a gift that can inspire, empower, and transform. Too often we underestimate the power of our words, thinking they don't matter, or that would have anything significant to say. But let me remind you, the world is waiting to hear your voice. There is someone out there right now who needs to hear exactly what you have to say. Whether it's a word of encouragement, a story of struggle and triumph, or an idea that could change lives, your voice has the power to make a difference. But the only question is, are you willing to use it? Every time you open your mouth, you have an opportunity to create change. Your words can uplift someone's verklemuzwarst, spark the motivation in someone who's about to give up, or even plant the seed of an idea that changes the course of someone's life. The world is full of noise, but your message, when delivered with intention and passion, cuts through all that noise. It's time to stop holding back. Your voice is needed now more than ever. Don't let fear, doubt, or insecurity stop you from speaking your truth. The world is waiting for you to show up. Speak up and let your voice be heard. But it's not just about speaking, it's about taking action. The power of your voice comes alive when you use it to inspire and encourage others. When you speak with purpose, you don't just create a momentary connection, you build a lasting one. And this is the time to step into your own greatness, to recognize the power you hold in your words, and to commit to using them for good. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the perfect circumstances. Your voice is a tool that can shape the future, and the world is ready for what you have to offer. If this message is speaking to you, it's time to take that step. Don't let another day pass without stepping into the power of your communication. The world needs your voice, and it needs it now. If you feel the urgency, if something inside you is calling you to act, then it's time to embrace it. Subscribe to Daily Motivation and share this message with someone who needs to hear it today. Your voice, your message can be the spark that ignites someone else's fire. Don't let it go to waste. The world is waiting, and you're the one who can make the difference. This is your moment. Your voice has the power to change lives, and when you speak with authenticity and courage, you will see that your words are more than just sounds. They are the keys to overcome. So if this message has resonated with you, don't hesitate to act. Subscribe, share, and let's continue this journey together. Well, the world is waiting for your voice. It's time to let it be heard. I remember this: confidence is contagious. When you believe in yourself, others will believe in you too. But confidence doesn't come from wishing for it. It comes from doing. So get out there and start communicating like the powerhouse you were born to be. And let me tell you something else. Your words are your legacy. Long after you're gone, people will remember how you made them feel. So choose your words wisely. Speak with love, with courage, with conviction. Speak as though every word matters, because it does. Let's bring this home. You have a voice, and it's time to use it. The world doesn't need another echo, it needs you. Your unique perspective, your wisdom, your fire. Speak as though your words could change the world, because they can. If you've ever doubted your ability to make an impact, stop right now. You are more powerful than you know, or you're more capable than you believe. And when you communicate with intention, with passion, with purpose, you are unstoppable. So today, make a decision. Decide to own your voice. Decide to step into the power of communication. Decide to communicate like a god. And remember, you've got what it takes to make the world listen. All you have to do is speak. Now go out there and make your voice heard.